Hello. Um, I recently talked about doing a video on my basic economic philosophy, but I have decided to instead uh, do an introduction to my uh, philosophy instead, just pure philosophy, to get a baseline for my other videos on this and similar subjects. I My base is that I believe that old Greek philosophy of uh, uh, a harmony between logos, pathos, and ethos is important. That you should strive to um, improve yourself and even push beyond your limit if you're able to in all three areas. You should be logical and research and have information. You should be humble and uh, take care of those around you, and you should be able to do physical work as well. You should strive to improve your health. That's the baseline, and based on that, I support general meritocracy because it actualizes those areas, and I support uh, the maximum amount of personal freedom possible in order to adapt to the chaos in the world. I will clarify a bit. As I view it, authoritarian structures have a tendency to stagnate because uh, different people can't express their opinions freely, and that's why I support democracy, or at least freedom of speech, in that it can better handle the world around us, which of its nature I view as chaotic. I have a mixed opinion when it comes to determinism versus free will. I view it mostly as a process of inputs and outputs. But because there are so many inputs and outputs around us and around the universe, possibly parallel universes if they exist, there is more or less a chaotic nature to the outcome determinism. Certain things have effects on other things, and the outcome uh, is deterministic because things happen in a sequence. But it's so many variables that it becomes free will in a way. And my baseline economic philosophy is that um, one should take care of the weak while supporting the strong. One should not promote the strong. One should not promote the weak or no or push down the strong, but be humble and take care of the weak, but support the strong. And what I mean by that is that in order to improve society, in order to face new threats or create a better future, we need people who are heroic. We need people who strive, want to accomplish things. Some may think that I'm extreme right wing because of that, or even fascistic, but I do it for a general center left libertarian reason. Because we have the elite that can strive humanity forward and perhaps create new technologies like robots and new philosophies that are more efficient, we can use more and more resources to take care of those at the bottom, those with physical diseases or those who are not able to take on those highly intellectual or creative jobs. And there you can also tell that I'm pro robotics automation and such. But as a mediator for the potential problems from automation, I am for some sort of a universal basic income, or at least a common ownership of the robots, not necessarily the means of production in full, but that the state creates robots and lends them out to private businesses that then decide to manufacture whatever they want. And also another point of economic philosophy, I do not agree with the strictly the labor theory of value, because because if someone creates a chair and it takes 7 hours for them to create that chair, but it doesn't get sold, sure, it can have some sentimental value for the creator, certainly if he uses himself, but he would have put down that much energy and the outcome is a net negative. So I'm for, I view it as a subjective fear of value. You can have an objective positive thing, but if no one likes it, and no one is for it, then it doesn't have any value. Is there anything else? There are two primary economic philosophers that I sometimes read. Those are Thomas Paine, founder of the United States, British man originally, and Henry George, I believe also American right now, but I haven't looked it up. Especially Thomas Paine's Agrarian Justice and the Rights of Man. Henry George, I don't remember his books right now, but he was the founder of geo-libertarianism. That you should primarily tax natural resources and land, and I generally agree with that. There are some flaws in the system, but we lived in the 1850s, so we have more knowledge today. And what I add to that is that things that destroy the common good and general monopolies should be taxed. If the state provide a monopoly for a business, like a patent, copyright, or a private ownership of a piece of land, it guarantees that it is defended, then the user should pay for that service. And also natural resources. I'm not fully with the socialist idea that all natural resources belong to all of us. I'm more in line with the thought that we have all taken the earth. It doesn't really belong to us in the first place, just that some have taken more and have threatened in order to take it. It doesn't belong to us collectively or individually. It just exists, we use it. But don't misunderstand me, I'm fully for private enterprise. I'm not right libertarian, but I support a separation between state and capital and free market in general. Just that some infrastructure, some basic monopolies should at least have a public function also. Not a monopoly, but there should exist a state healthcare, a state school system, etc. But the state shouldn't go and subsidize private enterprise. So separation between those two. Yeah, and maybe clarify and talk a little bit more later on.
Bye.